What's up, AEW Wrestling fans? I'm Alex Abrahantes on board of the beautiful Norwegian Pearl. This is Chris Jericho's Rockin' Rager at Sea. And tonight, the seas are going to be rough. The boat is going to be rocking, but it has nothing to do with the weather. It all has to do with the action you're going to see on AEW Dynamite. Speaking of Le Champion, Chris Jericho, he's going to be teaming up with his Inner Circle members, his partners, his buddies, Santana and Ortiz, in an incredible six-man tag to take on one of the most popular trios anywhere. I'm referring to Marco Stunt, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Jurassic Express. Come on in here, guys. Welcome to the Norwegian Pearl. It's great to see you guys. You guys have an incredible matchup here tonight. Marco, hey. I want to talk to you, buddy, because you had an exchange, if you will, with Le Champion online, and it got a little heated. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
I think it's very clear. What I said on Twitter was true. I said I was going to beat Chris Jericho with a roll-up, and that's my statement on that.
All right, man. Well, best of luck, Jungle Boy. Got to talk to you. Yes. A couple of weeks ago, you took Chris Jericho to the limit. You shocked the world. You impressed everyone. And I got to say, you probably earned some respect from Le Champion himself. But tonight, you got your boys with you. Do you think that that's going to change things and going to give you the opportunity to take out Chris Jericho or perhaps Santana and Ortiz?
Yeah, I definitely do. Those 10 minutes changed a lot, I think, for me and for Chris, because before that match, Chris was treating me like a joke, and I think he knows now that that's not the case. I think I learned a lot from that. I think I overcame a lot, and I proved to myself that I could do it. So I'm ready. I think I got Chris's number, and now I got my best buds with me too.
You do, and we've got to talk about it. Luchasaurus, let's go back a couple of weeks. We know that, unfortunately, you guys as a tag team, you lost to Santana and Ortiz. However, things are different now because we've got Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus, do you think now with you and your boys, you've got the right combination to take out the Inner Circle?
Well, I mean, I do have a master's degree, so
that helps.
That does help.
Yeah.
Look, they didn't have me out there. They didn't have me out there last time with them. I think it's going to be a little different now. All I do is need a few kicks, and those guys aren't getting back up. And I think tonight is going to be our night, guys. We're going to go home happy. Well, actually, we're going to stay out here for a few more days on the cruise. Maybe I'll get in the water finally.
Oh. You think you'll swim home?
Oh, let's not get crazy. I can't get my braids wet. Oh, okay. But I'll get in the water for a little bit, have some fun, enjoy it with the fans. After we get this win, maybe a daiquiri or two. All right. Oh, we'll get him a couple.
It's like when you go to your mom's house and she.
Okay.
Oh, all right, guys. Thank you very much. That's all the time we have. Oh man, Marco, you just.
I apologize.
It's okay. Just keep an eye on him.
I gotta go.
All right. Well, speaking of an incredible six-man tag, let's talk about incredible tag team action, because tonight the AEW Tag Team Championships are up for grabs. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, they won an incredible four-way last week to get this opportunity here tonight. And now I want to talk to a man who knows all about championships, a man who knows Kenny Omega, a man who knows Hangman Adam Page, but a man who knows the team that is going to face him here tonight. I'm talking about none other than the doctor himself, the ring general, Christopher Daniels. Chris, thank you so much for being here tonight. Your boys, Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian, they've got a big task ahead of them because you've defeated Best Friends. You've defeated the Young Bucks. You've defeated the Lucha Brothers. How do you think your team's going to fare tonight against Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page?
Well, I have to be honest, man. Kenny Omega, Adam Page, they're two of the best wrestlers in the world. But when it's all said and done, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky are the tag team champions of the world. And we've been a tag team a lot longer than Kenny and Adam. When it comes down to it, when the rubber hits the road, the instincts of Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky are always the team first.
Right.
Kenny and Adam, I feel like they're more singles wrestlers thrust in a tag team environment. And when they get into trouble, they're going to be thinking of themselves only. That's what I think is going to be the difference maker for SCU tonight.
Well, that's a great point you bring up. They haven't seen eye to eye recently. They've gotten on the same page to get to this point. But let me ask you, you face them individually. What type of advice are you going to give Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian here tonight?
Well, wrestling Kenny Omega is a very, very tall order. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and former world champion, possibly a future world champion. Adam Page, however, right now I feel like he's going through a crisis of confidence. I feel like he looks at himself as someone that's less successful than the Young Bucks or Kenny Omega or even Cody. So I feel like if we can isolate Adam, we could sort of play on his mindset at this point, I feel like that might be the path to victory for SCU tonight, is to isolate Adam and just sort of play on the doubts that he's feeling right now and capitalize on those doubts. Because right now we have no doubt. We have no doubt in our mind that we are the best tag team in AEW. Frankie and Sky are the best tag team wrestlers in this company. We've proven it time and again, and we're going to prove it again tonight on the boat.
Thank you so much, Christopher Daniels. Best of luck to you.
Don't need it.
All right. Very confident. You heard it from him himself. I think SCU is going to go in with a lot of momentum. We're going to see what happens tonight. Speaking of tonight, we have some...
Jericho ring and all that stuff. And,
Hey, we're kind of doing a video here, Sammy.
interview?
Yeah, we're doing an interview.
That's cool. I'm doing my vlog. What's up, man?
Hey, how are you? So we're talking about Dynamite tonight. You know what? Let's talk about Dynamite tonight, because your boys, the Inner Circle, are taking on, we just heard from Jurassic Express, and they're...
Who's that? The big
Luchasaurus,
guy,
yeah, the big
little
guy. Yeah,
average
and
guy.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you know, the guy that
The
took
thing
Chris
is,
Jericho to the limit.
No. They're all average. It's the Jurassic Average Express. That's what I like to call it. Yeah. You're an interview, right? Ask me more stuff. Come on, let's do it for my vlog.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So we saw last month, that Jungle Boy took Chris Jericho to the limit. Don't you think that with Luchasaurus in his corner, now a part of a six-man, that they're going to have the advantage against the Inner Circle here tonight? I mean, Chris Jericho's been busy. I mean, he's been singing. He's the host of the Rock and Rager at Sea. I think Jurassic Express is coming in here fresh tonight.
You're not the smartest or brightest of guys, I gotta say that, because that's Le Champion.
Okay.
That's Chris Jericho, baby, the AEW World Champion, the only AEW World Champion, and the youngest AEW World Champion in history.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
That's right. So, if anything, he's coming in the freshest. I mean, look at the man's jackets. They're always the freshest. They're always the coolest. I mean, the other guys, they got a small child, they got a little bit bigger child, and then they got this giant guy who's probably the biggest problem. I'll give him that. He is a giant, but there's no bigger giant than Santana and Ortiz. There's no bigger monster than my guys, proud and powerful, and there's no bigger guy than Le Champion, baby.
All right, listen, I'll give you that, but I have to ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
How does Marco Stunt keep stealing your gimmick here? And, is he getting his
Honestly,
followers?
Honestly, he's been using me for followers, and I'm glad you brought this up, because people like to say, Marco's a good guy. Marco is not a good guy, and you can see that on Sammy Guevara vlogs, how he's a thief. Sammy Guevara on YouTube, he's not a good guy.
All right, I'm going to go back and watch.
I'm exposing him. Marco Stunt exposed.
Oh, wow, that sounds like I'm going to watch that blog. So,
Yes.
all right, thank you very much, Sammy. I appreciate you interrupting.
It was yours.
Yeah, it was.
Where's my PayPal? Yeah.
Oh, I have to PayPal you now?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Free.
Okay,
Right,
well.
Jeff Jones?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Sammy. Well, guys, that's all the time we have. It's going to be an incredible night. We got Britt Baker in action. You're not going to want to miss. What an incredible experience. When have you seen incredible in-ring action on a cruise ship? Tonight you are. Make sure to tune in to Dynamite, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TNC. We'll see you there.
All my fans down there. Those are all my fans.
Tonight on TNT, the Bash at the Beach continues. Kenny Omega and Hangman challenge the champs SCU, and Pac faces Jon Moxley to determine the #1 contender.
That title shot belongs to me.
All Elite Wrestling on TNT. Watch Wednesday Night Dynamite tonight at 8 or anytime on demand and the app.